Is Google Stadia worth it in 2022? According to articles from The Verge and Kotaku, it looks like Google is actually closing up Stadia as of January 18th, 2023. So no, it's not worth it in 2022 because, in a couple months, it's just going to be shut down. Any kind of game purchases that were made will be refunded as of about mid-January as far as they expect. But what really sucks is that if you bought a game on Stadia, and you played a bunch of it, you never completed it, or like you have a lot of, you collect a lot of stuff in like one of those games, you're just going to lose that. There's really no way to get that back. You have to start from scratch on another console. And, this is one of those things that I've talked about in a previous video. I'll link it right up here. That is the issue with having digital games. And Stadia was really a fully digitally only system. I mean, you could only stream the games. So when something like this happens, you lose those games forever. And, fortunately for customers of Stadia, Google is refunding all of those games. They definitely could have just closed up shop and then said, good luck, see you later. But, they didn't want to do that to their customers. And, when Google Stadia was first announced, it's actually like a really cool service. Everything that they said that was going to be in there was awesome, like being able to streams directly to YouTube, being able to kind of create waypoints for people to just join your game or to play a section of the game that you played. Really, almost none of the features that they announced when they announced Stadia actually made it into Stadia. And for years, people have been saying that it's kind of going downhill. We kind of saw this once Google announced that they closed down their internal studios for making first-party games. And then when Assassin's Creed Mirage was not announced for Stadia, it was kind of one of those hints that, maybe Stadia wasn't going to be around for all that much longer. I remember actually defending Stadia when it was first announced. A lot of my friends and coworkers who were into gaming, they pretty much were like, "Oh, it's a flop. It's not going to succeed. It's gonna fail," and all this other stuff. And at the time, I was like, you know what? You got to give it some time. It's got potential, and it really still does have potential if Google really puts more effort and some more money into it. But I guess they are just not willing to spend that time to have like really good first party exclusive titles or even compete with names of like Microsoft, buying big studios and big publishers, like but them buying Bethesda and owning all those licenses. And I totally get it, but there's still a lot of people out there that really love the service, and to shut it down really kind of sucks for them. They are being refunded for those games, but if you had a lot of time invested in those games, you have to spend that time again on a new console because you're not going to ever get that time back. And to all those people that I fought with saying, no, give it some time. It's got potential. You were right. It did fail and they are closing it down, but it is kind of still a shame. I remember jumping on there just to play a game really quick, one of those free games, and there was virtually no lag. The games played really smoothly. They looked great. Another fortunate thing is that what Google has learned by having Stadia around, they are going to use that in their streaming of YouTube, and they have a new, this makes it a white label service that they can use to sell to other companies. So if a company makes a game and they're like, hey, we want to make a cloud version, they can kind of buy that or license that from Google, create the cloud version, and then sell the cloud version. I'm not a fan of cloud versions, but at least they'll have a stable platform to have that on. All right, I know this is a quick video, but it's just some fresh news. I wanted to get a video out there, and if you want to check out any of my other videos, go ahead and click right over here, and I'll catch you on the next one.